Hey everyone, it's Crystal, a vlogger with NuSplash, and today I wanted to discuss the importance of being open and receptive to receiving whatever the blessing is that you are asking for. Today specifically I'm going to be talking about within the paradigm of romance and love. I think a lot of times many of us say, we talk about how we want a certain type of partner and that we want love and that we want romance, but if we're being honest with ourselves, many of us are just not in a position to openly receive. And I'm going to go ahead and be honest and use myself as an example. I noticed that for me, a common defense mechanism that I use to kind of keep people at bay, and keep myself kind of closed off to love, in spite of the fact that I say that I want it, is I start to look for everything wrong with the other person about why I shouldn't commit or fall in love or get too serious, and why it inevitably is going to end. When I find myself getting like really feeling like a feeling of getting close or attached to someone, I feel like a nervousness within myself, and immediately, like, I guess as a defense mechanism to protect my heart, like, I start finding like every little thing wrong with that person and making up, making up a story in my mind about why I shouldn't commit and why it's just not going to work out. And why, sometimes there are things you shouldn't overlook. Sometimes you have to sit and do a self-assessment and really evaluate what your motives are and why. Why are you consistently finding things wrong with everyone that, that has a chance of getting close to you? And that's something that I've started to do recently. And to be honest, like, a lot of it stems from fear, fear of, I guess, of getting it wrong. I feel that with love, with romance, that's the one thing that you really can't predict the outcome, I mean, you can plan for it, you can try to control it the best way you can, but at the end of the day, it's one of the things that you have the least control over as far as how it might end up, and that kind of scares me. And as a result, like, I tend to keep myself closed off, and once I feel myself getting like a connection with someone, or feel like it's going to a deeper level, I start kind of doing self-sabotage and talking myself out of why I shouldn't have it, or why I shouldn't have it by finding fault with the other person. And recently I received like an email, kind of to give a short synopsis, talking about how, I received an email, and I also saw a blog post that was shared by someone kind of reiterating the same concept of the importance of keeping yourself open to receive love, and not allowing your heart to get to a point of hardening where you can't let anything in, and where when you've been asking for a partner and you have it, since your heart is so hardened, you aren't able, you sabotage the whole thing before it really gets off the ground. So I wanted to encourage you guys to be open to receive. Like I said, I'm talking about paradigms of love here, but this message transcribes romantic love. You want more money, be open to receiving more money. You have to really assess what's stopping you. Like, what are your blockages? What's hindering you from receiving the blessing that you say you want? The abundance that you want, like, what's standing in your way? So I encourage you guys to do an honest self-assessment and take a look, get real about what's hindering your progress. Work on fixing it. That way you can be in a position to receive love, money, whatever blessing you're asking for. And once it comes, you'll know how to be a good steward over it, protect it, and let it blossom. I hope you guys have an excellent week. Stay blessed. Bye.